It's a slow filing day for Comelec over at the Sofitel tent in Pasay City. So far, the candidacy filings have been generally peaceful halfway through, according to the National Police. Meanwhile, former Senator Bongbong Marcos was nothing short of surprises as he guns for a Marcos comeback in Malacanang. Bongbong announced his presidential candidacy after jumping to a new political party earlier today. And several department heads skipped today's Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing just days after the president ordered his cabinet to ignore summons from the upper chamber. Focused and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. It is quite a slow turnout of aspirants observed today. This is the 5th day of the filing of certificates of candidacies or COCs. Let's check on how the situation on the ground is going with Camille Samonte, who's joining us live from Pasay City. Hi, Camille. What did the Comelec have to say about why it seems to be a slow Tuesday?
That's right, Sean. Today was a relatively slow day for COC filing. So much so that the Comelec has appealed to potential candidates not to wait until October 8 to file their COCs. Comelec Commissioner Antonio Cos says filing their COCs before the last day will prevent overcrowding. It would also give them enough time to check for errors in the candidates' forms or if they lack a certain requirement. PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar, meanwhile, was also here at Sofitel to inspect the venue for COC filing. Eleazar describes the filing of COCs across the country as generally peaceful so far. They are now gearing up for Friday since the bulk of applicants are expected to wait until the last day of filing, that's on October 8. More than 500 police personnel are deployed around the area to ensure peace and order. Sean, the Comelec closed the 5th day of COC filing with 6 additional presidential aspirants, while only 1 filed for the vice president and 8 for senator, including Attorney Larry Galdon. Former Senator Antonio Trillanes was also present here today, but only to support the Magdalo party list for filing. He is still awaiting for the decision of Vice President Leni Robredo before pushing through with his election plans for 2022. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for all those updates and stay safe out there. Camille Samonte reporting to us live from Pasay City. Thanks, Camille. And former Senator Bongbong Marcos has already announced his plans to run for president in 2022. In a video posted on his Facebook page, Marcos said he intends to bring a unifying leadership as the country continues to grapple with the pandemic. Marcos left the Nacionalista Party earlier today to officially join the Partido Federal ng Pilipinas. He has yet to say when he will file his COC. The son of the late dictator Ferdinand Marcos previously served as vice governor, governor, and representative of Ilocos Norte before winning a Senate seat back in 2010. And Filipinos' approval of President Duterte's performance on key national issues is on a decline, according to a recent Pulse Asia survey. The survey found significant changes in the administration's performance ratings on handling 10 key issues, not only between June 2021 and September 2021, but also year on year. Key issues include the government's handling of the pandemic, which saw a 6 percentage point decrease in approval. A bigger decline was seen in the public's approval of the administration's anti-corruption efforts, which saw a 12-point drop. The survey also said that approval scores for the administration's handling of other issues such as inflation, employment, and security likewise all declined. We'll be back with more stories after this short break. Stay with us here on One News. are still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Senators were not happy with key department heads skipping today's Senate hearing. One senator claims this may backfire on the approval of their 2022 budget. Mayan Los Baños with the story.
Almost no one from the executive department were present in the resumption of the Senate's hearing on overpriced medical supplies. Officials from the Bureau of Internal Revenue and Commission on Audit were present in the 11th hearing, but senators said most of the questions are intended for those who were absent. This prompted Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chairman Richard Gordon to lash out again at President Duterte. Duterte had issued a memorandum directing heads and employees of agencies involved in the government's pandemic response to ignore the legislative inquiry.
Mr. President, yung initial yung memorandum is totally unconstitutional. Wala kayong karapatan dyan. You're violating the Constitution. At walang issue ng national security dito, walang executive privilege dito, at walang diplomatic discussions.
Senators were clearly not happy with the poor attendance, but some of them managed to make light of the situation.
The memorandum order pertains only to this particular Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearings.
So it does not cover the House.
This particular Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. Ito lang specific, Gordon is specific.
I cannot see any other memorandum as blatantly unconstitutional as what we have before us.
Or even more allegations.
Meanwhile, senators questioned formerly Executive Crizel Magos' retraction of her previous testimony before the Senate. Senator Ping Lacson played parts of the hearing last September 24. Mago was present in today's hearing along with supply chain manager Lincoln Ong, who initially said that he will not be cooperating with the proceedings anymore.
I suppose it was not on your own initiative that you gave that instruction, right?
I received the instructions from the PPC management, particularly Mr. Mohit Tergani.
You will be the judge, Mr. Chairman, if that was a pressured response and if she was bullied by this representation.
Senators previously called out Mago for saying she had been pressured to make her initial testimony in the hearing. Senator Kiko Pangilinan, meanwhile, tells the absent officials that their department budgets for 2022 are still pending in the Senate. He says questions involving Farmally may still be raised in budget hearings. Reporting for News 5, Mayan Los Baños, we are One News.
One election lawyer has flagged problems in the country's poll substitution system. The Comelec acknowledges this. However, they say that a law should be passed to fix the loopholes. Jen Calimon with a full report.
Some candidates were allegedly abusing the substitution system after filing their certificates of candidacy are deceiving the public and their opponents. This is according to election lawyer attorney Romy Macalintal. Under the Omnibus Election Code, a candidate may be replaced by another person that belongs to the same political party if he withdraws his candidacy. Macalintal told 1PH sa totoo lang that this kind of political strategy must stop.
Bakit hindi tayo maging tapat sa taong bayan at maging sa Comelec? Dapat siguro wala na yung mga substitution na hanggang November 15. Parang wala na itong ganitong mga maneuverings na ang taong bayan ay litong-lito na sa kanilang pagkakilala kung sino talaga ang genuine candidate.
Macalintal added that aspirants who will withdraw their candidacies must be declared as nuisance candidates. Former Comelec Commissioner Louis Tito Guia agrees with this proposal.
Pwedeng maging basihan yon na ma-cancel yung certificate candidacy dahil wala siyang totoong intention.
Guia also notes that a substitute candidate may change their political party even until the last minute of substitution. Comelec spokesperson James Jimenez said that this is one of the reasons why the substitution system is prone to abuse.
It makes it difficult for people to predict kung sino ang tatakbo para kanino under what party. Mas madali pang tumaya sa sabong.
In 2015, Martin Dino withdrew his presidential bid after being declared as a nuisance candidate by Comelec. After this, then Davao City Mayor Rodrigo Duterte served as his substitute. With this, Macalintal said that his daughter, Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte, may use this strategy for the 2022 elections.
Pwede niyang i-withdraw yung kanyang certificate of candidacy as mayor ng Davao City at pwede siyang tumakbo for president hanggang October 8 as an independent candidate. Pwede siya maging independent candidate pero endorsed or supported by the PDP Laban. Pwedeng hindi siya magmiyembro, tumakbo siyang independent pero i-endorse siya ng PDP Laban.
Gia proposed the removal of the substitution system due to the frequent withdrawals of candidates. However, only the law can fix this.
Candidates is already starting to make use of it, no, to circumvent the deadline for filing of certificate of candidacy. So yun yung kwan. Otherwise, at the end of the day, it's not Comelec that makes the law. It is Congress that makes the law.
The last day of substitution for voluntary withdrawal is on November 15. But substitutions are still allowed even until the mid-elections once a candidate dies or becomes disqualified. Reporting for News 5, Jen Calimon, We Are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. Octa reports a further decline in Metro Manila's COVID-19 reproduction rate, which now stands at 0.76. The research group also noted that this is the first time that average weekly cases fell below 3,000 since August. Tropical depression Lani has accelerated as it moves over the West Philippine Sea. Pag-asa last spotted its center some 380 kilometers off the coast of Coron, Palawan. No storm signal is in effect just yet, but moderate to heavy rains are expected in Palawan and nearby areas. And Bretman Rock makes history as the first openly gay man to grace the cover of Playboy magazine. The 23-year-old Filipino influencer appears on the October 2021 digital issue in full getup, including the famous Playboy bunny ears and tail. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.